Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome back to another episode of Cousin Discussion with Bobby and Nina. I'm Bobby.
And I'm Nina.
And we have an exciting show for you today. I still have to edit the last one, but we're getting there.
I like that we're doing the video now.
Yeah, me too. It's daytime this time, so we've switched from cocktails to coffee.
That's a good title, Cocktails to Coffee with Bobby and Nina.
Should we do a rebrand? Even though I was having wine and you were having beer, but I still like it. But yeah, we were on booze. And I'm having an iced coffee.
Oh, I'm just having it hot. We're both in our Yetis, right, though?
Yeah, we're just
Sipping
Yetiing
away.
it up. When it's just me in the mornings, I'll do iced coffee. But when I have to do for me and Gordy, I'll do the hot. But this gets dangerous because I can chug this in, I don't know, 1 minute.
Yeah.
You just start sipping on it.
It's so easy and it tastes good.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're...
Like, why am I talking so fast?
So I attempted to hide the glare from my TV behind, so that's why my sweater is on the back.
It's like, it's not just your Disney Channel, like, messy room.
No,
Like,
that isn't my hanger.
Lewis Stevens, like, typical boy room.
No.
I tried to clean up a little bit, but the office is, I haven't had any time to like hang up anything. So it's getting there.
I know I said this last time, but I really like that light. It's so cozy.
Oh yeah.
Is it just that one that's making, or is it two back there?
It's just one. It's like a circle, like a tube looking thing. And it has these like, not blades, but like glass, like pieces, like louvers kind of. And they're like, I don't know, I can't get up and show him, but it's
fine.
like, it's like glass, like strips around it. And then the glass strips are triangular. Like it's like a strip like this. And so it's, it kind of like reflects it. Like you can see how it's like the lights go. Anyway.
I like it.
Thank you. I was actually thinking to get a different one, but I'll keep it because it does look, it does give like a different tone.
Yeah. I like it.
Thank you.
How was your week?
It was good. We had a very busy weekend.
Yeah.
We did have to go out of town for a family event. But where we went, I don't know how vague we have to be, but where we went, there was another like big event going on at the same time.
Yeah.
So not complaining about it, but there was a lot of traffic. And it's interesting because the thing I had to go to the next day, the families are from where we went the day before, you and I. And they were all like, you went down there? Like, this is the busiest weekend. And I'm like, really? And they're like, yeah, like, we even got off school early on Friday to avoid the traffic.
That's crazy.
So we definitely went during peak time. But after our catch up, I was fine. I only had 2 glasses of wine, and that was like within, God, maybe like 2 hours.
Oh yeah, that's not bad.
But then I got up And then I was
Oh.
like, doing the dishes, like kind of wrapping up the night. And I'm like, okay, I'll pour myself another glass. And I'm like, I feel fine. And then, of course, a bottle of wine is 4 glasses, pretty much. So I like poured my third glass while I was like washing the dishes and like eating a little bit. And then I was looking at the bottle. I'm like, here I go again. Like now there's just like this much left in the bottle. Like I drank 3/4 of a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, now my buzz is kind of like kicking back in because I'm having another glass. And then I was like, when I finished that one, I felt pretty good. And then I was like, we should just finish the bottle at this point. And so I had the 4th. And then, I was pretty buzzed.
That was
drunk.
that was when you were home?
No, this was after our cousin discussion on that Friday.
Okay.
So I had a glass before we started because I had a glass while I was like, okay, I'm going to be picking up the office, like getting ready. Then we sat down, we did the talk.
Yeah.
And then I had the second one, just so that's already 2, which is technically half of a bottle.
Right.
And then I got up and was like, okay, it's already been like 2.5 hours. Like I could have a third. And then I was doing that while I was washing the dishes. And then I was like, okay, I already drank 3/4 of a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
And then at that point, I'm like, okay, I'm going to like kind of like really relax and whatever. And so I was like, I should just finish the bottle. So I had the 4th glass. And then I was pretty drunk.
And then we had to leave pretty early the next day.
I was up at, I think, 5. So
you woke up at 5?
Yeah.
Dang.
Maybe even 4:30.
Oh my God. Did you stay up?
No, I think I was so paranoid of oversleeping that like I finally knocked out. And then when I sleep, when I'm buzzed or drunk, I'm like, it's not a good sleep.
Yeah.
It's not a deep sleep.
Yeah.
And so I like woke up, panicked, and then like started to get ready. And then what happened? I think that's also part of like, so I was like, okay, well, I'm just hungover today, I guess.
Yeah.
And so, but I think what's part of it is the sleep. Like if I drank a bottle of wine and then like slept for 8 hours, I think I would be fine. But it was the bottle of wine and maybe like, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
Then I was like discombobulated.
Done. Yeah.
But the thing about that, I'm taking a break on the booze anyway. The thing about that though was my outfit that day.
Yeah.
Because we had to get dressed up, did not fit.
Yeah.
Even though I was like going to the gym and stuff, I'm like, I'm still not. I feel like those clothes that I have are from like 2015 or 14 maybe. I had to piece it together with this black like blazer coat.
Yeah.
And I was told that where we were going was cold. And so my pants were not buttoned. Everyone was like, when I got there, like, you look really nice, you look really sharp. I'm like, little do you know.
Yeah.
This is not closed. So you know how the like dress pants have the hook and then the button? It's like hook, button. So I was using the button hole on the hook. So it was like that.
Yeah.
And then my shirt was like tucked in, but like not really, like it was really cinched. And then the jacket was covering it. So like it was all in the open. And then I was just, I think the bloating from the wine.
Oh man.
We were at the reception after, and then I just kept going, oh. And we were sitting in the traffic, to get there, like 3 hours. And I was like, you would think that the pants, 3 hours of sitting down would stretch by now. They didn't. So
it didn't look like it. It didn't look like it wasn't fitting.
well, and then when we got, I think it was because also the jacket was able to cover all that. When we were pulling in, the weather was like 80 something
I know,
degrees.
it was hot.
And I was like, oh no, no. This jacket cannot come off.
Yeah.
Like I really look like my clothes aren't on all the way. Like even if it's warm, I have to keep this jacket on.
Yeah.
But it was nice to see everyone and like get to just kind of catch up and everything. But then I had to wear one of our cousins' clothes. we had like a couple drinks, and then I remember I had a drink with them, and then I was like, does anybody have a change of clothes at this point? So I was wearing a sweatshirt.
Yeah,
but
because then it was really cold by the end of it. It was
it actually
legitimately
got cold.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I can't put that outfit back on.
Yeah. Oh, I know that feeling of like wearing a pair of pants that just cannot button, and you're wearing it for a long period of time, and then your stomach is like, not only is it hurting because it's like up against your stomach, but like the insides of your stomach are like, you can't breathe.
And it almost turns razor sharp.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Ugh.
I know. I powered through.
You did.
But that was that. How was Then I had another like friend celebration the next day, and that was really nice. But that was that.
That was pretty much the weekend for me, because we drove back on Sunday, got home at like 3:30 or 4 or something, and then I just like took a nap when I got home, and that was pretty much my weekend.
Good.
So
what else happened? Then we got into the work week.
Yeah. Work is work.
I already have the morning clearing the throat from the coffee creamer. Hang on. Okay. So
I have water too.
I know I should probably. I'm just gonna say it. I've slowly evolved into actually watching mukbang videos.
Oh yeah, like
eating the food. But I think I am more.
Does it make you hungry?
Yes. I think that's why I watch it, because they eat this really heavily sodium-ridden food.
Yeah.
And cholesterol and everything. And it looks good. Like spicy noodles and like all this stuff. And like, sauteed vegetables, and it looks good. I would eat it. Yeah. Dumplings and wontons and everything. I think me being conscious of, I mean, not that I eat the healthiest, but I can't eat a whole smorgasbord, whatever of.
Oh no, God.
And they eat the whole thing. And what's interesting is they don't eat rice. Oh, it's always Asian stuff for the most part. Well, except sometimes they'll do fast food. But
they don't eat rice.
This one guy within the whole, like, he had the noodles, he had the like wontons, he had everything.
Yeah.
2 full things of Spam. like just grabbing the brick of Spam.
It's not
and
cooked?
I think it was cooked. It was cooked
Oh,
in
okay.
like spicy kimchi base. Sodium on
Oh,
sodium.
yikes.
Not that that part looked appetizing, but I'm like, dang, that's just straight up grease.
I wonder if their limbs are swollen afterwards.
Yeah. Or like, I wonder how their liver is,
Yeah.
right? Like fatty liver.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just makes me hungry. Mostly when they eat the like spicy wontons or like
Oh,
spicy
God.
dumplings.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just started watching those.
Do they commentate while they eat, or there is just eating?
It's just eating.
Okay.
And then
So it's like
sometimes
almost like asthma.
it is asthma.
Uh,
Sometimes the sounds are a little too much, like but
yeah.
I mostly just like to watch the food. And then I also
Uh-huh.
watch it in fascination of, are you really gonna eat all this?
And they do.
And they do. And then I also watch it like, oh, that looks good.
Yeah.
But
And then do you order food? Does it make you want to eat?
it's starting to make me get up and eat. Like
Okay.
I'll start to get up and be like, okay, now I want like pasta or something. But yeah, I was watching that. I don't know why I started to, what made me think of that, but because I'm drinking the water and I feel like it's going to be asthma in the mic.
Do they drink liquids? Okay.
This one guy, he starts it with, he shows him kind of prepping the food, like cooking it. And then he starts it with pouring his drinks, which are it's never water.
Oh,
It's like Welch's orange soda,
sugar. Uh-huh.
and or even Rockstar.
Oh my God.
Why are you drinking that? It's so not thirst quenching.
No.
And so he'll like start it, like he pours the drink in the glass and then he'll drink it, it's with ice, so it's like the
Yeah.
and then he'll drink it and he does this weird face where it's like, okay, let me do it. He'll like drink and then he'll like go like and then go.
What?
It looks really awkward.
Look at you?
Yeah, he like drinks and then
Ew.
oh, what is that face? Oh, for those listening on the pod, it's like just this kind of like blank stare smile. And it's really awkward.
That's so creepy.
Um
My camera isn't focusing.
You got to do the makeup guru. Yeah. How do you make it focus?
I don't know. It's not. I'm like blurry. Do I need to wipe it?
Well, there.
Okay.
How's everything else going? Anything else going on?
Nothing really, honestly. I know I always say that, but I was trying to think of. I don't know if you want to talk about this, but when you said that you were watching that Keep Sweet Pray.
Okay, should we
something.
just talk about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I watched that too a while ago. I think like when it first came out. What is it called? Keep
Sweet, Pray, and Obey.
About the
So yeah, do the premise of it. I feel like I keep talking.
Oh no, you're good. Let me pull up my.
So while Nina checks the database, I'll just preface it with I was like wrapping up the workday and just kind of wanted to like, I really didn't have it in me to like clean or kind of, be productive on a Friday. So I'm like, I should just watch something. And I've been watching a lot of like gaming videos and like kind of falling asleep to that. But it was so early in the evening that I'm like, I could get into a show.
Yeah.
So something made me just kind of pick that up and watch it.
Yeah.
I liked it. Do you have the info?
Oh yes, it is. I'm just gonna read it.
Yeah.
It's a documentary mini series on Netflix about the polygamist fundamentalist Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Mm-hmm.
So they call it FLDS.
Yes.
Right? Basically about how like they were like polygamists.
They are a branch of Mormonism that kind of got, is it called extricated, or like they originated from Mormonism, but then I think the polygamy aspect of it was just not acceptable. So they kind of got like kicked out and then formed their own little religion, and they were called the fundamentalists. And then from there, it evolved into the fundamentalists of Latter-day Saints. They're based out of, is it Arizona? Or was it Utah? I
Utah.
feel like
it's Utah.
Where's Stone Creek? Because I think that's where it
Short
was.
Creek, Utah.
Or Short Creek, Utah?
Yeah.
Okay. Because then they kind of bounce between Utah and Arizona, I think, and then Texas.
Yeah, because then they like escape to Texas. Is that right?
They build like a compound.
Yeah.
Because that's where the guy was kind of hiding, and also created this heaven-like compound called Zion.
Yeah, and they were like in the midst of building that before like the authorities got involved, right?
I think the authorities were somewhat starting to get involved, and so he started building that compound as a way of like kind of hiding in a way, but then also continuing the religion. So
a wild story.
Yeah. So do you remember it?
Not as clearly as you do, because you just watched it.
Okay. They have a prophet who is like the main head honcho guy. And then he, I guess he's this old man.
Yeah.
And his saying was "keep sweet." While I was watching it, I kept saying that. I was like acting like an old man, like, yeah, keep sweet. Keep sweet. And then the like one lady who used to be part of it, she's like, he had these shoes, and on the bottom of his shoes it keep, and the other shoes said sweet. And thought it was kind of cute. And keep sweet. And then all the kids are singing their songs like, and remember to keep sweet. Keep sweet. It's so weird. But anyway, that guy married like so many ladies.
And young girls.
Yeah, young girls. And then there was it. I'm gonna be honest, I fell asleep for like 45 minutes. And there's so many people in this series.
Yeah.
And I was like, it first started with this one older man who wasn't the prophet. He was like this older man. He had 2 wives. And then those 2 wives had like, one wife had 7 kids. The other wife had 13 kids, or I don't know.
Yeah.
And then those girls were kind of part of the series. And then one of those girls married the head prophet, the old man. And then I guess that old man also had kids, and then eventually one of his sons became the next in line, and that's the one that started to make it even more elaborate and crazy. And his name was Warren or something. But
Warren Jeffs. But oh my god, I fell asleep for like 45 minutes. I woke up and I was like, okay, wait, who are you now? Like, it's like another lady talking about stuff. I'm like, which one are you? Yeah.
And not to generalize, but they're mostly just blonde women.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, wait, which one is this one? Which daughter are you? Whose wife are you? Like, it's, I can't.
Yeah.
But it was very crazy.
Yeah. And I thought was wild was while when he was in prison, like they would still visit him and he would still like they would still like he would pray to them and still like preach.
Yes. So he built this compound where he would kidnap kids and families
Yeah.
and kind of bring them there because they were like the chosen ones, and he was going to essentially kind of build this community,
Yeah.
which he already had, but this was like the even more elite community. And so then I think that's where it kind of started to get disrupted, because one of the girls who ran away came, like, brought up to court, like, I was married at 16 and that's illegal and everything. And so that drew a lot of attention. I liked even when Oprah was there. They're like, we had so much media attention here. And then all the wives were like, you know, this community's fine, whatever. Finally, when the guy got arrested, he ended up going to jail, and I think he was in there for a while, and then I think he was gonna get out, but then something else resurfaced. But yeah, when he was in jail, the people were still going in and like listening to him.
Yeah.
Which was crazy.
Yeah.
But the outfits that they wear,
Oh my
the
gosh.
ladies.
Yeah. And it meant something, didn't it? Like their clothes meant a certain. Am I wrong that like whatever the women wore, it was like a certain tier of where they were?
I don't think so.
Oh,
unless
okay.
I fell asleep. But they all kind of dress the same.
Yeah.
It is that kind of pilgrim.
Yeah.
Like puffy shoulders with the tight corseted dress that's long.
Very big hair. It's
and
like
the big like oval hair. And I hate that style. I hate that era. Like I don't like the Shrek Renaissance era. I also don't like this. It's a kind of a
like
take
Little
on
House
that.
on the Prairie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
I think what I'm trying to say, I forgot when they were going to Texas, like for the big Zion, whatever, and like those individuals got picked to go there.
Yeah.
I think that's when they started to wear like that pastel-y, like Easter colors.
That was the color palette for
Yeah.
You had to be in pastel.
Yeah.
When you're there. But I immediately, after I was done watching that, had to go on YouTube and look up how to do that hairstyle.
I know. You sent the tutorial to me.
It's like really looked like early 2000s graphics of like ladies with the hair and like, this is how you achieve the oval hair or whatever. And it's really bad. Like, why do you want to look like?
I don't know.
What was I saying? It looked like. Hang on, let me pull up what we were texting, because I was sitting on the couch in the dark, like laughing at. Oh, why Mrs. Winchester? You look like everything in the scary movies that is haunted. Like you already look haunted. It's like
Mrs. Winchester.
So anyway, not to keep going, But what also triggered me to watch that was I fell down the rabbit hole of this other storyline. Have you
Yeah.
heard about that Turpin family?
Oh my God, yes.
Okay.
That's another one too.
That's
Because
what started this.
did you watch it? Because my sister sent like the story to me on TikTok, and
When?
then that was like maybe a few months ago,
Okay.
and it was just that's horrible, tragic story. The
Yes.
Turpin family. I don't know where to begin. Like, how should we start that?
So, well, if you want to watch Keep Sweet,
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
head on over to Netflix. You're going to like what you see there. So, this one was what I saw the day prior. I fell down this rabbit hole of I watched a YouTube video of like, I think it was like the first 3 parts of a Dateline series. And then it just kind of fell off. So I ended up having to go to like the main website and watching it because I don't think, and like someone just stopped uploading it.
Yeah.
But it's about this family. You explain this one.
It's about this family, very big family. I don't even know how many children they had.
I want to say 11 or 13.
Okay, a lot of kids. All living in one house. And all kept at this house. They couldn't go outside. They didn't go to school. I don't know how that went on for so long.
The dad made himself the principal or something.
Oh, that's right. He faked their like school.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Like, where do you report that to? Like, your city or something?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he was homeschooling them. But essentially, the kids were just like their servants. And was he abusing them as well? Like, obviously, all of this is abuse, but
I don't think sexually. Do you?
okay. That's what I was asking. I don't think
remember.
so. But obviously, like, all of it is incredible abuse to these children.
Yeah.
And what the clip that I was given at first was this girl, I don't know how she was, or no, it was like police body cam.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a girl that escaped the house, I think when the parents weren't there or they were sleeping or something like that in the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm.
And she approached this officer, and how old was she? Like 14 or 15 or something like that?
Yeah, she was young.
She was young also, but she had, she talked like she was maybe like 5 or 6.
Yeah, she called the police.
Mm-hmm.
And then the police found her. Like
Okay.
she did the 911 call.
Okay.
And then she like went out into the neighborhood and then ran into the officer.
Yeah.
And yeah, she very broken.
Yeah.
Like
she didn't even know what her
English.
address was, I think, and stuff like that.
She didn't know what a bruise was. Because they were all chained up to the beds.
That's right.
And he's like asking her questions. It was, why did I watch this? I'm like, I'm trying to watch things that make me happy, but I fell down the total opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so then the officer, within 2 hours, because I think she did it at like 5 a.m. And then, because it was still dark.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were able to do a search of the house.
Oh my God. The house was filthy and disgusting. And then they had animals too. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I heard dogs barking, I think.
Yeah. It was just like mountains of trash. And
Yeah,
just
total
filth
hoarders.
And, yeah, they were chained to their beds.
Yeah. And when there's, I guess, a sense of child endangerment, the police don't need a search warrant to go into the house, is what they were saying.
That happened in California, right? It was like,
I don't know
In
where they were
this,
at, but they were in the total suburb. Like, it wasn't secluded, even though part of the storyline is they did do, like, I think they were in a trailer somewhere at one point, but when they got caught, they were in just a regular neighborhood.
yeah, they're in Paris, California, so that's like Riverside County.
Is that
So down
SoCal?
there. Yeah.
Um,
Ugh.
and then, yeah, then the two main girls, the oldest daughter and then the one that ran away, they were kind of the ones behind it.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, they knew that, like, for some reason they had a phone.
Mm-hmm.
So they knew to, like, take pictures of everything. Like, so, because when you go to the officer, like, you need to have proof.
Yeah.
And they were able to just get out.
Mm-hmm.
Very scary.
That is scary.
But yeah, the one that left, I felt so bad for her.
I know.
And then did you watch the whole series about it?
I didn't know there was a series.
Oh, it's like
Was it on YouTube?
no, it was that like Dateline.
Oh, I don't think I did.
Okay, you'll have to watch it.
Okay.
What made that one daughter, not the oldest one, the one that ran away, what made her realize that like life is better outside of the house was Justin Bieber.
That's right. Okay.
She's like, I watched his songs or like his music videos, and like I watched his interviews, and that's how she learned a lot of her words. It was just so sad.
That is horrible.
And then the thing after that was like the system failed them after.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were homeless, assigned to live in like poor, really, really poor neighborhoods. I think like one of the daughters got raped or abused.
Jesus. Mm-hmm.
And even like mentally, like verbally, I think one of them said that like the foster family said like, now I know why you were chained up in that house. Like very crazy.
Oh, God.
And then what else happened? They were I think they were assigned a, is it child protective services like agent, and that lady like didn't do anything.
Yeah.
She like didn't really help them with their finances. The one kid wanted a bike for transportation. She didn't like assign that to him. When they had questions about their money, she said to just Google it. It was awful.
Yeah.
But that's what started my keep sweet. So I'm like, okay, time for me to watch another traumatic, captive lifestyle.
Yeah.
But
it's sad that not this specific case happens all the time. There have been a lot of stories about it. Horrible, like, sucks that there has been. Like, it shouldn't happen ever. But then there's so many freaking stories about how like the city or like the people working for this county or whatever, just like the social workers and stuff, that like nothing.
Yeah. And that was also part of that keep sweet too, where they were going after like the city, like, this is, how are you allowing this? And I feel like part of it also is mainly the city was Mormon. So like they were kind of like not trying to, I don't know how they were allowing the keep sweet to continue. Like they weren't getting involved.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well,
thank you everyone for listening.
yeah.
And we'll see you next
To touch
time.
on that, yeah. Don't watch The Trials of Gabriel Fernandez.
I never finished that one.
That one messed me up.
That's the kid in the cabinet, right?
Yeah, that one. Oh my God. Anyway.
I don't know why the Turpin one, like that one really, I just got sucked into that. And then after that, I was like, I kind of want to watch something else similar. And then I fell into the Keep Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
But so crazy.
I know. It's
Yeah,
so sad.
I had to lighten it by like watching the tutorials on how to make that hair like I'm from the gold rush. Like but yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anything else going on? I started following the girl from the Turpin because she was like, I love doing TikTok. There's something about the mom. They're like
their mom?
Their mom. It's like our mom had a weird obsession. She like would always buy little kid toys, and I was like sinking in the bed, like, oh my god, am I her? Am I crazy? And it's like she always has all these new clothes of like cartoons and like looking at my Amazon list of my like Flintstones t-shirt, like, oh my god.
But she wouldn't let them have it.
And she wouldn't let them have it. And then they also wouldn't let them eat their junk food.
Fucking weird, man.
Weird.
So horrible.
And racking up credit card bills of like all that like junk. Like
just to keep in their house and do nothing with.
The daughter's like, they had all like the fun toys, like all the special edition Monopolies. And I'm like,
hell?
What are you doing? But yeah, I was like, oh my god, I'm throwing all my toys away.
Oh my god.
But very, very interesting. And yeah, if anyone wants to kind of get into that type of tone, look up the ABC Dateline Turpin Family like special feature, whatever. And then head on over to Netflix and watch the Keep Sweet, Pray and Obey. And then that could be your two like kind of weird shows. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that happened during the week.
I don't do anything during the week besides work.
I got to get back on my diet.
Oh my god, for real. I think I said this last time too, but I just fell off because I was sick and I'm lazy. So that's one of my to-dos for this weekend is to go to the gym today and tomorrow.
Today? Mm-hmm. Oh, I saw this. You know how there's all those. Okay, what is up with this influx of. It's interesting because I thought of doing videos like this a long time ago. Like, I kind of want to show like my day, like not highlights, like montage of like a morning routine or whatever. Mm-hmm. Now there's all these videos of like these kind of influencer guys who work from home.
They like to do that.
It's like, let me show you I'm making the coffee, I'm stretching, I'm at my computer, I'm going to the gym, I'm vacuuming with my Dyson vacuum. I'm like, it's just, but they're all the same.
It's all the same. They all have the same things. They have their Nespresso machine, their Dyson vacuum. What else?
There's like Soma water filter. Their clothes are pretty similar. It's kind of like a short jogger shorts.
Athleisure.
Yeah, athleisure. Maybe like what are those shoes? All Good or something.
Oh, Allbirds?
Allbird. Yeah, like you're like that. It's all the same type of stuff. So I was like noticing that was a trend. And then there was one guy who does that. And then he posted like everyone's copying my style.
Out of here.
Like everyone is doing that.
Yeah, that's what it is right now.
But I did take a picture of, hang on. This one thing, it was someone posted, it was like I don't think it's a meme, infographic of habits, I think. Daily habits that will change your life.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go. Basically, the title should be Things That I'm Not Doing Right Now. So, 1 hour of exercise, 2 liters of water, 3 cups of tea, 4 colors on your plate. So, like a vibrant, basically like vegetables and fruit. 5 minutes of meditation, 6 songs that motivate you, 7 minutes of laughter. How do you plan that? Time for my laugh.
Not a minute more.
No. 8 hours of sleep, 9 pages of a book.
That's not a lot.
Yeah, that's not.
7 minutes of laughter.
How do you do that?
Shut up.
Scroll. Maybe you just scroll through TikTok. So, but yeah, I'm like, okay, I could try to incorporate a little bit more of that.
Some of those are good, obviously.
Hour of exercise. Mm-hmm. I got to get back into that.
I know.
I got to do it.
Damn it.
So what's your plan for the gym?
Like what do you mean? Like when I
Like
go
today?
or today I'm going to do some cardio. I know a lot. There's always things where it's like you start going to the gym and then you kind of do your research and then you figure out that what you're doing is completely wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like the video starts and the person's doing what I'm doing and they're like, stop doing this. What you need to be doing is, yeah.
So like, I like to walk or go on the elliptical for like 20, 30 minutes at first, because not only do I feel like that warms me up, but I feel like I'm warmed up like mentally to be at the gym. You know what I mean? Like it makes me feel a little bit more comfortable that I'm just kind of stationary for a little bit.
Yeah.
So I like to do that. And then I'm probably just going to do like legs today.
I used to not like doing cardio first because I'd get so sweaty. And then like, God, I don't want to sit on a machine and I'm sweating. But I started to do that too. And I like it because it eases you into the headspace of I'm at the gym.
Yeah.
And you're able to just kind of like mentally focus, like I'm here. This is what I'm doing right now, versus just going straight there and then sitting at a machine or lifting a weight. And you're like, there's no transition.
No, there isn't. And you're still like self-conscious.
Oh,
At least I am.
Yeah, me too. Like, am I doing this right? Or does someone else need this that is having a more intense workout than I am?
Yeah. Even though we both know that like thinking these things is like, we don't need to be thinking these things because nobody's really watching you, but you still do.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it does happen. Like I'll sit down on a thing and it's like, hey, I'm using that.
Oh my God.
You are way across the room. You're outside. Yeah, the whole gym thing. And I've just accepted that I'm not a gym person. Like I'd like to be that, like the people that get addicted to it and really make it a habit. I really
jealous.
Admire them.
So do I.
Who can like really make it a point to like get up and start their day that way. Or yeah, I just.
So much admiration.
Yes, we applaud you. Where are we at on time? Let me double check. Oh my God. Did I cancel it? Did I cancel our clock? Okay. We have a little bit of time here. Should we give
you want to
an update on our our movie critique that we were supposed to do?
Oh my God. So yeah, last time we assigned homework to watch the new Buzz Lightyear movie, and I honestly forgot until you just mentioned it before we started recording. So I'm sorry.
We'll save it. But I watched. So I was just in movie zone last night.
Yeah. No, talk about it. It's fine.
I guess I could briefly talk about it and then we can both talk about it next time.
God, sorry. Okay.
I really, it's an interesting concept because I was wondering how, do you know anything about it, I guess, first?
I know that this movie is based on, because in Toy Story, Buzz Lightyear is a toy from a movie. So
Correct.
this is that movie.
I didn't know that that was the premise of this.
Okay, that's pretty much all I know.
Okay. Yeah.
And obviously, like, his enemy is Zurg.
Yes.
Okay.
So, yeah, I thought you had watched it already. So I was like, it was really late. I want to say it was already like almost midnight, like 11:45. And I'm like, I got to watch this because I feel like Nina watched it already and I don't want to be behind. So I watched it and I liked it. I didn't know that it was, because I'm like, why does Buzz Lightyear look different? And yes, it's because it's the movie that the toy was based off of. It's very stressful.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh,
It's
God.
kind of like everything goes wrong. Like we're almost here, we have this, and then it breaks. Or we are almost here and we do this and someone loses this or someone. So the theme of like, I want to say definitely mistakes is the common theme, but just what's interesting is how it's like one little action causes so many problems. And that was just, I wasn't like freaking out, but I was just like, oh my God, like this, they can't catch a break in this movie. So that's what I noticed. I also, there's a lot of inclusion. Which is great. Obviously, like that's nice. We can see a lesbian woman of color who is like a space ranger, which I guess, I mean, doesn't exist, but we've kind of assumed that's like a male role. Then there was like this little like Latino guy and everyone's there. You got everyone there.
Yeah.
It's great. I also just, it kind of bothers me that it's just so obvious that it's like, God, why did we get to a point where we have to kind of actively do that? Like bring everyone in, that it almost just, it wasn't part of the story. So it was fine. But it just kind of is like, dang, it's just so obvious now. And like,
it should have just been that way from the fucking start.
Yeah. And I don't know if it's because I was trying to think like, have Disney movies always been somewhat inclusive? I feel like Disney Channel movies were, weren't they? Like Disney Channel movies. Like there were people of color and like diversity and like stuff in, I think, I don't know. I'm not really a Disney person, but that part was just kind of like, God, we really hit everything here. It's great because it's, you know, people are being represented.
Sure.
But it's just like, insert someone of diversity here. Yeah. It felt like insert taboo topic here. Like, God.
Yeah.
I don't know. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, no, I get it. I understand. Trying to think of another movie that does that, but I think with these newer movies, especially like Pixar, Disney movies coming out, that's becoming like blatantly obvious. And it does suck that, it doesn't suck that it's happening. It's great that that is being portrayed. But it's a little ridiculous that this is not like, it should already been happening. Like it
Yeah.
should have already been there before.
That's the
Sucks
part
that
that,
that's a thing.
yeah. It
And then they're
feels,
making it like, here you go. Here it is.
look at us. We are checking all the marks.
Yeah. It doesn't feel genuine.
Exactly. It doesn't
Yeah.
feel genuine. It's very obvious. And it's, I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't, it's nice, but it's also just like, what is it? Hi, gay.
Yeah.
Happy Pride Month. And it's like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So that you'll notice that theme kind of. And then what else? I was just thinking of I feel like something that's kind of similar to that is how like PBS like you got the kid in the wheelchair, you got the someone like of color, you have like the Asian one, then you have
Yeah.
like everyone's mixed, which yes, that's true. We all are. But it's just very formulated.
Yeah.
And I'm like, ugh.
Yeah. No, I get it. It's the formulaic design. Like there shouldn't be a formula. There shouldn't be a design. It should just be people existing as we do.
Right.
But I don't know how to do that. There are shows that have done that genuinely.
Yes. And it's like not part of the main storyline.
No, and it shouldn't be. But it should. It's hard though. Like it shouldn't be part of the main story. No, but you shouldn't be blinded by, like, it should be acknowledged at least. You know what I mean?
I think that this movie does that because I guess to kind of back up what I'm saying, like, yes, it doesn't play any role in it. Like all the different diversity and everything, but it's also just kind of like it's noticeable.
Yeah.
But
I get it.
It's I don't hate it. I'm more upset at the fact that it has to be done this way. That's more of it. But I'm not upset.
Yeah.
Like I'm not.
No,
like,
yeah, I get it.
I'm gonna go out there. I'm deleting my Disney. Well, I might. But never mind. I can't even say that either. If you listen to the last pod, I'm trying to cord cut the non-cord. So. So never mind. Head on over to Disney Plus. You use offer code cousin to sign up. But we'll talk about it more. I want to hear your take on it. I really liked it. I thought the thing that stood out for me the most was just the anxiety and the stress of the storyline. Another thing was I had already watched that Keep Sweet the time before, or like a couple hours before, and I was like, almost didn't watch this movie because I'm like, I know I'm gonna cry. Like these movies always are really emotional. This one wasn't. It had a little bit of it in the beginning, and then it wasn't up. I could tell you that.
Oh my God.
I can ugly cry at Up.
Every time you watch it too, like it doesn't matter.
You know what's gonna happen, and you're still crying.
Yeah. Yeah. Ugh. God.
Yeah, it's not that. Thank God. Because
do you cry easily when you watch stuff? Because I do late. Like when I'm getting older, I cry so
just
easily.
Talking about things. Someone will compliment me.
I see a sad commercial and I'll cry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even someone complimenting me, I'll be like, "Oh my God, like that's so sweet," and keep sweet. So, yeah. The older I get, I feel like the more emotional I am with just like a really genuine like movie or like kindness or whatever. I'm like instantly crying.
A mess.
But yeah, I was glad that this movie, it has a little bit of that heart, but it's not. I think the bigger storyline is like making mistakes, like kind of trying to fix things and like the stress of that. But yeah, I was like nervous that it was gonna. I feel like every Pixar movie has its like
it's stressful.
Pulls at your heartstrings, and then it's stressful and whatever.
Yep. So yeah, I will. I will get on watching that.
I'll text you. I should have texted you, but I mean, it was so late you wouldn't have watched it anyway.
I went to bed. I texted you last night at 8, and I was like, I want to go to sleep. Because I was starting to get the guilt, like, you know, you're off work, it's Friday night. I was getting the guilt of, yeah. And then I just kept like laying down, and I was like, just give it up. You're going to just lay down.
Because then you don't really relax when you're laying down. Like, yes, you're laying down and you're like taking a break, but you're mentally not relaxed because you're like, okay, I'm just maybe like 20 more minutes and then I'll get up and do something. Then you never do anything. And it's like,
no,
I didn't do anything and I didn't enjoy my time not doing anything.
So you didn't, nothing was successful.
Right. On both sides.
So I just made myself, I popped some melatonin and I went to sleep.
Yeah. And mine was the accepting that I'm just going to like binge stuff.
Yeah.
Like stop saying like just one more, like just watch stuff and that's your night.
Yeah.
So that's what I did.
It was nice. It was really nice. And then I felt actually like rested this morning.
I did too. Didn't have any wine.
Yeah.
I didn't have to go anywhere.
Did you order food?
No. I had what did I have? I think I had some pizza that we had made. So I had that, and then I ate again later. Just the pizza that we made here at the house.
Yeah.
Which was good.
Yeah.
Yep. And then we're on to the weekend.
Yeah. I don't have any plans this weekend. Like
I'm gonna
going
try
anywhere.
To go to this museum at the Cliff House here in the city, which should be nice because I love artifacts and like old remnants of like this used to be this, and so I'm excited to kind of I like seeing that type of stuff. I love artwork, but I love just artifacts. So I'm gonna do that.
That'll be fun. That's a good outing. And I'm sure it's like really nice over there.
It actually is. And I feel like Thursday it was raining. It was sprinkling cold. But today it looks sunny. So I need to get some vitamin D.
Yeah.
And just get out of this house.
Yeah, I need to get out.
But well, thank you everyone for listening.
Yeah, and thank you for watching and listening. Yeah. Thanks for coming back every week or whenever we post.
Thank you for that. Thank you for your commitment. And yep, so our homework is to watch. Should we do 2 now? Or is that overkill?
No, that's not overkill. We could watch 2 things. So watch, what is it called? Is it Lightyear?
Yes. I kept calling it Buzz. Yeah, Lightyear. And oh my God, really quickly, I was trying to get into like another show. Like I'm gonna binge before I remembered to watch Lightyear. And I started that show Sandman.
I heard that was really good.
The opening scene. There's a dragon. And I was like, I'm out. Like it started off strong. I was like, you know, people in your waking life, like you are like concerned about. Yes. I was like, yes, Krueger. Like, I love this. I love like psychological, like all this stuff. And like, I'm the man of your dreams, like in your sleep and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yes. And there was a dragon that flew by and I was like, I'm out. I just can't.
What era is this in?
I want to say it looked very Lord of the Ring,
Oh,
maybe Harry
okay.
Potter type, and I think Harry Potter is probably to the extent of what I can watch from
I
that
know.
style. And so I just stopped it. I'm like, I can't get into the dragon and like castle and
I know. I am like that,
Mhm.
but I got into Game of Thrones.
I want to say that this looked very Game of Thrones. I haven't watched. I think I tried to watch that too. I think that has
No.
the started with the dragon too.
No, yeah, there's dragons, there's all of that stuff. And when it came out, people kept telling me to watch it.
Yeah.
I tried to watch that first episode like 10 times and I was like, I don't like this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then I just powered through it. I powered through that first couple of episodes and then I was like, okay, so yeah, I like Game of Thrones. I don't think I would watch anything other than that, but I mean, that's really that. That is really that
I just
style.
don't like that form of, is that sci-fi fiction, whatever?
It's almost, yeah, sci-fi fantasy.
Fantasy.
Yeah.
And I just don't like that era that they always portray.
Yeah.
Castle, barbarian. I don't know. Renaissance.
I know. I know.
So yeah, other than that, I don't have anything that I would suggest to watch. That was kind of like
Sandman?
That was what I was kind of starting. Like, oh, maybe this is something we could talk about. And then I backed out. I want to say I got in maybe like 30 seconds.
Dang, okay. Because I know I listened to Snooki and Joey, and then Snooki really liked Sandman. I don't know what else that there is to watch right now. Should we keep it to movies or shows? Movies are like, it can be over in a couple of hours, whereas shows can go on for a bit.
Maybe a movie? Okay. Is there a movie you want to watch?
No.
Okay. We'll just do Lightyear.
Okay, we'll do Lightyear.
Then we can elaborate more.
Yeah. There's probably, I just don't know. I haven't searched for a movie that I wouldn't want to watch.
Okay. Well, maybe text me if you do. And we'll just text each other like, okay, this is it. And then we could just talk about it. And then maybe after the episode, then someone else could be like, okay, now I'll watch that.
Okay. Is this turning into movie club?
I think it is. We went from cocktails to coffee to now movie club. Movie review.
Cute.
Cousin cinema something.
Cocktails.
But okay, everyone. Sorry to keep you hanging on, but thank you again for listening.
Yes, thank you.
And we're going to catch up on everything next week.
All right. We'll see you next time.
We'll see you then.
Bye.
Okay, bye.